Buenos días, raza. ¿Cómo amanecieron? Espero que su día haya amanecido bien bonito con toda su familia y con un cafecito bien tapadito. Good morning, everybody. I hope your day started surrounded by your family with good health and with a nice cup of coffee and a donut on the side. Está lloviendo aquí en el sur de Texas, raza. It's raining outside. Anyways, I want to tell you all a story. It might seem funny to some people. I'm in the unsure stage of this story, but it began like 2 years ago. And 2 years ago, something happened in my house during Halloween. We were having a Halloween show, and some people came and caused a ruckus, some haters, and police were involved because there was somebody, 4 people were in a situation that ended up in somebody being assaulted. 3 people or 4 people were assaulted, okay? Or they assaulted each other. I'm not sure how that goes. But anyways, these people came to my house and trespassed. But that's a story for the courts to decide. My story is, a week after that, I was at my job. I had to call my job that day and tell them, hey, something happened here. And they're like, well, as long as the police don't take you in, you already advised us what happened. So I went back to work the next day. My job was 3 hours away from my house. That's why my company was paying me an apartment and a lot of money. I had been there a year. And I got along well with my coworkers and everything. So I had no write-ups at my job. I could have retired from my job, but it's been 2 years since I haven't worked because of these haters. And I know every person on social media, on any platform in social media, whether it be Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, or YouTube, has haters. And these haters can cause a lot of damage. So I was told that I was advised that I needed to come back to give a statement about what had happened a week before. So this is where my story starts, people. I worked night shifts, so I worked 4 hours. And I left my job like around 11. Went to the apartment, got my little overnight bag to come back to my house, which was kept up by my neighbors. That way nobody knew that I was not here, because I usually don't mind other people's business. I stay in my house when I'm in my house. And if I have to cut the yard, that's the only time they see me out there. So I paid somebody for over a year to keep up my yard, keep cutting my yard, and make sure that my goose was fed and that nobody would know that I was not here. Because my vehicle was parked here. I did not need to go in 2 vehicles to work until like the last 2 months that I was there. Then I was using my vehicle. And then my vehicle, my red Nissan, broke, so I was using a Vesta. So anyways, the Nissan broke, and I was driving that little Vesta back during the night. I worked night shift, so I was awake. And haters will laugh, and they did. I was telling my followers on Facebook what had happened, and I put out a picture on a private Facebook that I had 700 followers on, and one of the followers leaked that picture. And that picture was of a wild hog that I had hit with that car. And the car was all totally messed up. And of course, the wild hog was dead on the street. And I had been hit by the airbag, which hit me on the chest and my lower neck. It didn't hit me on the face. Why didn't that airbag hit me on the face? Because I was right up against a steering wheel. So the airbag had nowhere to go. It took a lot. It took every breath that I had. And about 4 or 5 seconds of that car kept rolling forward. In order for me to get my breath back into my lungs, I had white powder everywhere. And then I started seeing that the car had smoke coming out of it. So it was still rolling. So I rolled it to the edge of the street. I was very lucky that I was going on a straight road with nobody coming on the other direction, because that was a two-way street or a two-way highway or farm road. Because where I was working, there was not that many people. Okay? It's 28 miles from Falfurrias to Hebronville, and that road is no people. But the area that I was headed towards Falfurrias, and it was straight because I was getting out of Hebronville. I was only 6 miles away from Hebronville. I was going to start speeding up, but I looked at the speedometer, and then when I looked up, all I could see was a pig in front of me. Those are accidents. For those haters out there, that was an accident. It wasn't me thinking about something else. I was looking at my speed because I was going to speed up to 75. And the pig was in his realm. He was in a street, yes, but it was a rural street. So all around there is just farms. So they have a lot of wild pigs. Well, when the officer came and I told him I've never had an accident, and he said, this is not an accident. This is an incident that we'll report so that your insurance can take care of it. Because you didn't hit anything that belonged to anybody. That was a feral, he called it a feral pig. So I went to the car, opened up my driver's license, gave it to him, and he ran the driver's license, told me to wait. And then he came back. He knew me because he worked next door to me. And he said, do you know that there's a warrant for your arrest? And I said, what? I said, no. And he's like, do you have any guns or anything? I told him no. Only at work if we need them. So then he's like, well, I'm going to have to take you in. So call your family, because he had already seen me calling my family and telling them that I had an accident. My family was going to come for that vehicle. I should have let him because it cost me a lot of money to get that vehicle out. But he said, I'll take you in. And I'm like, wow, I get to ride the back of a car, a police car, because I've never had to ride a police car. And I'm not even sure what this warrant is for. The accident caused that airbag to hit me. So now, 2 years later, because I did not go to a doctor at that time, I didn't feel like I needed to. I didn't know that anything was wrong. But I started choking every time I ate, and I was ignoring it. So now I'm having treatments because I got sick. And whatever I ate was a salad. Caused the bacteria in my stomach, because I can not eat that much meat because my throat will choke. And now I'm having iron infusions that are causing me headaches. So that's why I kind of haven't been doing any TikToks. But I just wanted to let you all know that it doesn't matter. Life goes on, and we will deal with it as the doctors advise. But those haters are doing a lot of damage, and it's okay because it's on their platform, not on mine. I just wanted my followers to know why I've been missing days from doing TikToks and from doing YouTubes and all that. Have a nice day.